Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, I am Murad Agriculture, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agriculture Studies, Milestone College. Welcome once again in this pandemic situation. I hope everybody stay at home and pray Almighty Allah. Today I will discuss again first paper, chapter 5, section 1, which you can find in your textbook, page number 153 to 209. Today's topic is cultivation method of cereal crops. First of all, we have to understand that what is cereal crops. The example of cereal crops is rice, wheat, maize, etc. So what will be the characteristics of cereal crops? The cereal crops is all are field crops. That means the cereal crops can be cultivated in large area and they do not need it fencing as well, and it can be cultivated collectively, and for this cultivation you don't need to take care individually. And even these cereal crops is grain type crops like I said the example is rice, wheat. And then what will be the importance of cereal crops? In our country, the main or staple food is cereal crops. Like I said, the rice, even the nutrient like carbohydrate provide from these cereal crops. Even in our country, about 90% land is used in these cereal crops like rice, wheat, maize, etc. And it produces some waste material as well, like straw, then other plant residues which can be used as a cattle feed and organic manure as well. So this is the characteristics and importance of cereal crops. Now I would like to explain the cultivation method of rice crop, because I told you before as well, rice is the main or staple food in our country. So the scientific name of rice is Oryza sativa. Always remember that you have to write down the scientific name in this format. In between two, this is species and this is genera. This you have to space in between and underline the word as well. And even only one word, first words will be capital and the rest of them are small. Otherwise, you will not get marks in the exam. The climatic requirements, they need optimum temperature like 20 to 35 degrees centigrade, rainfall 80 to 85, and then humidity is 80 to 85 percentage, required rainfall, everything, and in our country is suitable for rice cultivation. Then land. We know loamy soil is the best for any type of crop cultivation. Even rice can be cultivated in loamy soil, rice can be cultivated in sandy loam soil, rice can be cultivated in clay soil as well. And definitely that soil would be proper irrigation and drainage system facilities and well fertility soil. Next point is variety. There will be 113 or more than 113 variety in our country. 94 variety invented by Bangladesh Rice Research Institute and 19 variety invented by Bangladesh Institute of Nuclear Atomic Energy. And even IRI as well, the International Rice Research Institute invented some variety as well. And in our country, and example of rice variety is Bangladesh Rice 1, which is Chandina is local name, BRRI 27. In our country, most popular rice is BR28. This is the rice variety of our country. Then seed rate. Rice mainly cultivated in the mainland, but before that we have to prepare the seedling in the seed bed. So that is why seed rate is 80 to 100 grams seed for seed bed. And seed treatment, before you planting the seed or sowing the seed, you have to treat the seed, otherwise some fungicide or some insecticides germs stay in the seed, which is you can use some fungicide which is Provox, and then Bavistine, even approved, there is lots of approved seed fungicide insecticide you can found in the market. You can use that one as well according to the advice of agriculture officer. Seed sowing time. Remember that seed in our country there is 3 seasons of rice, which is Aush, Amon and Boro. In Aush season you can sowing the seed in April month, Amon season July and August month, and Boro season November and December month. This month is suitable for seed sowing. Next is seed bed. This is very important. In our country we cultivate rice in 2 methods. One is broadcasting method, the other one is transplanting method. Broadcasting method is seed is planted or sowing directly in the field, and transplanting means first prepare the seedlings from other seed beds and then that one is transplanted in the main field. But nowadays farmers do not apply the broadcast method because there is lots of drawbacks in broadcast method. But transplanting method is very popular in our country because there is lots of benefit in transplanting method. Because when you transplant the rice seed and planting in a line and row, that time there is a gap between the line and the plant to plant and the row. Then you can use that gap for weeding or interculture operation, then pesticide application, etc. So that is why transplanting method is very popular in our country, even in the world as well. So seed bed. There is three type of seed bed. One is dry seed bed, one is wet seed bed, the other one is Dapok seed bed. But wet seed bed and dry seed bed is very popular in our country as well as in the world as well. What is the dry seed bed? Dry seed bed means there will be not enough water in the seed bed. That means the soil of that land is dry. Depends on the size of the rice seed bed, but the ideal size of the rice seed bed is 10-meter length and 125 centimeter width, and the height is 10 centimeter as well. And between two seed bed there will be 50 centimeter gap for irrigation or other purposes, intercultural operation. So this is the ideal size of dry seed bed, but sometimes it depends in different region, different purposes. So that will be doesn't make any difference. So and make sure that dry seed beds not too much water as well. And this one is for highland as well. So in the highland you can use this type of dry seed bed. And what would be the wet seed bed? The size of the wet seed bed is same like dry seed bed, which is 10 meter length, weight is 125 centimeter, height is 10 centimeter, and in between two seed bed there will be 50 centimeter gap. And wet seed bed is definitely there will be water stagnant condition. Not mandatory is water stagnant condition, but the the soil should be get some water moisture content in that seed bed, wet seed bed. And make sure if you mix the straw or weed with the soil like clay soil, that time that would be make organic fertilizer in the seed bed. So this is the dry seed bed and wet seed bed. If you remember that, always prepare the right seed bed properly. Otherwise, if you don't prepare the seed bed properly, then the seedling will be not produced good. That is why you have to make sure that seed bed is good. And clay soil is suitable for wet seed bed. And the other one is, next point is seed sowing in seed bed. So how can you seed sowing the seed bed? Sprouted seed bed, that means sprouted seed from store, that will be get and sprayed on the top of the seed bed. Make sure germinated and sprout seed bed, otherwise the seedlings will be not growing very fast. It will take long time. And then final land preparation. What will be the final land preparation? Final land preparation is 10 to 25 about 4 to 5 planning is needed, and make sure proper laddering is doing on the final seed bed, and then there should be not enough clod present on the seed bed, and make sure that final seed bed will be proper irrigation system. That means the land should be proper water present in the land, otherwise you are unable to planting the seedling. Fertilizer management. Fertilizer management, we need urea, TSP, MP, zinc, phosphate. But remember that it depends on the land quality. But in our country, maximum farmer do not test the land before they planting the crop. But this is mandatory to check the land or test the land which fertilizer or which nutrient component is less in that soil. That is very suitable for crop cultivation and prevent the wasting of fertilizer as well. But we know that in rice need more urea fertilizer. Final land preparation, we have to provide some organic fertilizer as well, like cow dung, compost, etc. Then that will be decrease the chemical fertilizer. Always scientists tell that try to apply organic fertilizer instead of chemical fertilizer, because chemical fertilizer have lots of disadvantages or drawbacks, but organic fertilizer is not too much drawbacks. Urea fertilizer should be applied in 3 installments. First apply when land prepared, then apply after seedlings and in the time interval. Then seedling, then transplant the seedling. Seedling should be depends on 3 seasons like Aush, Amun, Boro, but average is 20 to 30 days old seedlings can be transplanted in the main field, and definitely in the line sowing method. And you have to make the line sowing about 30 centimeter and plant to plant distance might be 10 to 15 centimeters, like that. Next point is intercultural operation. Intercultural operation means the practice we do from the sowing the seed to take the crop or collect the crop or harvesting, this time period. And the intercultural operation is irrigation, drainage, weeding. Let's talk about the irrigation. Always remember that rice need more water in that field, but before the maturity stage, that means 2 weeks before the maturity stage, they don't need any type of water in their field. So you have to ensure that one. And so if there is any water, you have to drainage the water from the field as well. Then weeding. Weed means some kind of grass or kind of plant as well. And other crop is treated as a weed, like maize, wheat in the rice field, even grass, different type of grass is as a weed. So this is a kind of plant. So you have to make sure that this plant or weed is not present in the land, because this is a plant. That is why they can take the same nutrient from the plant. So we have to remove the weed from the land. Another thing is, if we remove the weed and mixed it with the soil in the land, then that will be produced as a organic fertilizer, and that organic fertilizer is decrease the apply of chemical fertilizer. And the next intercultural and most important intercultural operation is insect management. and there is lots of insect attacked in our rice field nowadays, which is stem borer moth, rice hispa, gallfly, rice bug, green leaf hopper, etc. So we have to use some approved insecticide from the in the field for killing or remove this insect, and even we can use rice hand net for killing this insect as well. And always have to monitor the field, rice field. If there is found any insect larva or insect egg, that time you have to cut down that leaf, or we have to remove that leaf immediately and bury it underneath the soil. So that means that will be again that will be produce the organic fertilizer in the soil. Like stem borer moth is attack the panicle of the panicle is like a butterfly or moth, and it's attack the panicle of the rice plant and make the false seed or false grain in rice hisba. This is looks like a small black color and thorn on the back on the backbone. And gallfly is like a flies. Rice bite is stink when it is fly, and then green leaf hopper. So this is the most important insect for rice plant. When its attack is more in the rice plant, then you have to consult with the agriculture officer immediately. Next point is that is the other another important point for which is disease management. We have got lots of important disease, which is tumor disease, leaf blight disease, blast disease, stem rot disease, blight disease. And tumor is a causal organ is tumor virus. Leaf blight, blast, stem rot, blight disease causes is fungus. So when what we should do when we make sure that this type of disease attacked in the rice field, then we have to apply some fungicide, approved fungicides from the shop, and then we have to talk with the agriculture officer if we are not sure about the disease. So this one is very, very important: the insect management and disease management. And then harvesting, threshing, and preservation. After maturity, when the all rice plant is looks greenish or yellowish, that time we are collecting. We have to collecting the rice plant. That means we have to harvest the rice plant, and then we have to threshing that one properly from the rice plant, and we can use the straw for as a fuel. Sometimes use fuel, sometimes use for cattle feed as well. And preservation, we can preserve the rice about after proper process about 1 year or more than 1 year sometimes. And that is why cereal crops is very important. And yield for Boro season, it depends, the yield is Aush, Amon and Boro season, but in Boro season 5 to 6 ton per hectare. If that is high yielding variety, then that production will be there. So this is the class today. Summarized class is characteristics of cereal crops, importance of cereal crops, and there is lots of MCQ in this rice production, which is scientific name, climate, land variety, seed treatment, then seed sowing time, insect, disease, seed bed. So you have to memorize this one for your from your books properly. And even sometimes CQ questions come from this rice cultivation as well, which is seed bed preparation, insect, and disease as well. So you can get these topics on your page number 153 to 209. Thank you very much.